Hi, this is Richard here. So this is a series of videos where I'm going to talk about the full setup on how I deadbait for pike, through from rods, nets, deadbaiting, and what essential equipment that you need for pike safety as well. It's going to be a series of videos. I'm going to put them on a playlist so it's easy for people to watch specifically what area or aspect of pike fishing that they're interested in. I hope you find this video helpful. I'm no expert, I'm just trying to help, and if this video helps one person, then it's been a huge success. If anybody's seen anything that I'm doing and think that they could do something a bit slightly different, leave a comment. We're all here to help each other. But most importantly, I hope this video is helpful and I hope you enjoy it. Tight lines. So in this video I'm going to try and explain a bit better how to tighten your line up to your weight, talk about bait alarms, and also try to explain as best I can how the bait runner reel works. So starting off at the back here, you've got your backdrop indicator. When the pike picks up your bait and swims towards you, this will drop down. Also, at the front, you've also got your bait alarm. That's going to tell you when the pike picks up your bait and runs with the line. So you've got your front drag, and then you've got your rear drag. You've also got your clip set for your rear drag here, but first what you're going to do is adjust the front drag. The front drag is when the pike takes the bait and starts running. When you strike into the fish, basically what you want to do is have this set correct so that it's got enough slack in the line that it can run with the bait if it wants to run, and then as soon as it stops running you can reel to bring the fish in. So you want to have it set so the tension is not too slack but not too tight so you don't bully the fish in. So you adjust the first drag first. Once you've got that set to correct tension, the next bit you're going to adjust is your rear drag. The rear drag is so it's what they call a bait runner, so it can run freely. So what you're going to do is next, you're going to turn your rear drag to slack. So just had a wee jack pike there. I'm going to cast this bait back out, still in reasonable condition, and I'm going to show you how I set the drag on my bait runner, but I'm also going to show you how to get your tight lines to your weight. On this one, it's a 2 ounce weight. I'm not going to cast out far, as you'll see. So as you can see, I've not cast it out far, probably about 20 yards. At this point what I'm going to do is close my bait alarm, and I'm slowly going to just bring up a bit of slack line. I'm going to adjust my drag. As you can see, it's pretty tight, so very slowly what I'm going to do is just bring in the slack line till I feel my line getting tight to the weight. As you can see with the rod tip, it's bouncing, and that's because the line's completely tight to that weight, and I now know where the wire trace is to the bait. I know it's all completely tight. At this point what I'm going to do is just take the bait alarm off, walk back to my rod rest. So I've now walked back to my rod rest. I'm just going to quickly tighten up that line to the weight. As you can see, the rod tip's starting to slightly bend a wee bit. My line's completely tight to that weight. I'm then going to put it on my rod rest. Make sure my line's completely tight. As you can see, the rod tip bent to the right a wee bit. My line is completely tight to that weight, so I know where the wire trace is. I know where my bait is. It's completely tight. As soon as that line starts to go, as soon as I get a bite, I'm going to know because the line's tight. So the best way to know when you get bites is your bait alarm and the backdrop indicator, which is on the floor moment. I'll show you how to do that first, but before that you need to adjust your bait runner. So this reel here has got a drag at the front and it's also got a drag at the back. What you want to do is control and adjust the drag at the front. When you get a fish on and it starts running with your line, you want this to be set so when you strike into the fish, it's ready. So if the fish wants to take the line, it's still got enough slack that it can take the line out, but it's not too slack, so you can still play the fish. You want a wee bit of tension still to be on it so that when the fish doesn't run, you can then bring the fish in and play the fish. I'm hoping that makes sense. So to adjust the front drag, you just make sure that the tension's correct. I've left it tight, as you've already seen. So all I'm going to do at this point is just slacken it off. See, it's still too tight. I'm just going to slack it off. So it's slacker now, but that's a bit too slack, so I'm going to then tighten it back up. At this point it's too tight, so it's just a case of adjusting it. So at this tension, it's set at the right tension, so if a fish takes the bait and it wants to run with the bait, it can still take the line out. As soon as it stops running, you can then reel and bring the fish in. Now that the front drag's set, it's a case of controlling the rear drag. This is your bait runner part. So this is the part that's going to work to let your line run free. So what you do at this point, your bait runner clip, you put that up, that then switches it from the front drag to the rear drag. That then lets this take your line out. So if I bring it towards me, that's making it slack so I can have it free running. As you can see, that was completely slack. So that means now that the clip's up on your bait runner, it means the pike can take the line completely without any resistance. So as soon as the fish starts taking your line will be going out. You lift up your rod, you strike into the fish. As soon as you start winding down, as you see, it's switched from your rear drag, which is just giving it free line to let it run. It then switches back to the front drag, which is set to play the fish. That's how your bait runner works. I hope this video's been helpful. So I've now got a reel set, as I said. I've got the rear drag set, I've got a clip up so the line's free run to take the line. So the next bit is your backdrop indicator. As you can see, I've put it into position, I've moved up and I've clipped onto the line. This is here, so if the pike picks up your bait and swims towards you, this is going to move down and then put tension on the line and give you an indication that you've got a fish taking your line towards you. So you need a backdrop indicator, that lets you know if the fish is coming towards you with your bait, and your bait alarm at front is there to let you know if the pikes took your bait and swimming away. And then the last thing to do is just turn on your bait alarm, and as you can hear with that, it almost sounds like saying "I'm on the pike." So just to recap, you've got your bait alarm here out front, that's to let you know when the line's getting took out. You've got your backdrop indicator here, that's to let you know when the bait's getting took towards you. When it comes to your bait runner reel, front drag is set up so to play the fish. So when the fish is taking the line, it's set so it's got enough tension in it that it can take the line out, but at the same time it's not too slack, so when the fish stops running that you cannot bring the fish in. So it needs to be set to the right tension so you can bring the fish in, but with a wee bit of slack it's still there, it can take the line out if it wants to run. The rear drag on the bait runner is there so when the clip's up it makes it completely slack line, so there's no tension on the line, so when the pike picks up the bait it doesn't feel the tension. The point of the bait runner reel is so the rear drag gives you the free line so the pike can take it, and as soon as you turn the reel it clicks over and it goes back to the front drag where you then play the fish. I hope this video's been helpful. I'm not an expert, it's probably better people that can explain it better than I can. I'm just trying to help, but I hope this video's been helpful. So I hope you've found this video helpful. Thanks for watching. Until next time, tight lines.